Hey everybody, welcome back to Final Fantasy III. Last time we wandered around a lot, generally got lost before we were able to pick up the thread of the story. So now we're going to turn into frogs, I believe, which of course you would have been clued into by the frogs that are here. And explore the Tower of Owen. Which seems like a wonderfully generic name for someone who may be quite important in the series, which I think is lovely. Like, Owen isn't even like that epic of a name. Owen sounds like a guy that like sits behind the desk and like fields phone calls for his boss. Sounds like a cubicle worker. And yet, here we are in his tower, I guess. I get the impression that I may have wanted to stock up on healing items a little bit before I did this, but there they all go. But we'll try this out. If it gets too bad, I guess I can always backtrack out. Oh, okay. Okay, so that's where we're supposed to be going. Let's see. Let's see if this is just a Pug Man. I don't know where they came up with that name, but it's a stupid one. Looks like this is just a big square that tries to funnel you. Oh, that's a petite mage into that area. Whoa. Alright, dialogue. Okay, so I guess it's time for everyone to turn into toads. Which... are they going to try and make us fight battles while we're in here? Oh, I guess we're not toads anymore. Welcome to the Tower of Odin. It's not even Odin, it's Owen. Tower of Owen. Refia seems mildly unimpressed. I feel like I should be able to turn back into normal people now. Is that a thing? Oh, you can only attack when you're a toad. Oh no, I guess you can cast spells. Well, I have one more cast of it, I guess, in case this all goes wrong. I can't. That's odd. Ah, crap. I hope this doesn't go terribly wrong. Oh, good lord. Wonderful. Guess we'll just have everyone run away. Cool. Okay, so untoaded we... Oh. I better have a golden needle. Ah, thank goodness. I do have Maiden's Kisses. I guess I would have to individually use one on each of them, but that might be a bit of a time saver for me. Okay. Echo herbs, just in case we get muted. It's just now occurring to me that there's probably a boss at the top of this tower. I don't know that I'm properly prepared for that, but I guess we'll find out. Really? This isn't even a secret area? This is just nothing. Okay, cool. Why even put that platform there? To fool you, says the developer. I think is how that's supposed to read. I like how incredibly nonplussed our heroes are by this voice. Fardarig, whatever the crap that is. Oh, there are silence guys. Good thing they gave us one echo herb. Spark dagger, which I believe I already have. Oh, but I could get another. Okay, and up the stairs we go. That looks like it should be a door, but it's blocked off, even though it's quite clearly a path. This is nothing. Okay. Boop, 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 boop. One of these walls traversable. It's not something stupid like you have to turn yourself back into a frog, is it? I would be very unimpressed with that. Looks like none of the walls react to... Oh, what does our friend say? How do you talk to him like that? There we go. What? Okay, but that was pretty unintuitive from my point of view. Just saying. Like, why would they do that? Why would they put a hidden switch there instead of just like making it a wall that you could walk through or something? Which is an idea that they've kind of utilized already. Although, again, not for actual required progression, but still, I do not like it. I didn't even have any echo herbs before. That makes that slightly scarier. I guess I will have to... Did I ever get silence? No, that's not a spell. Poison? No. Dang. Oh well. What do you think about that big, giant voice from above? I totally got past your oddly placed hidden lever. Unscathed. Boom. Man. They're really insistent about the echo herbs. I mean, it makes sense and I appreciate it, but I kind of feel like if you're going to do that, like the way that I would prefer it to be designed is, and I think I've talked about this in previous videos, enemies that cause status effects have a high chance to drop status effect curing items. And maybe you could like put a chest with a status effect curing item that pertains to an enemy that causes it in a dungeon. Like that makes good enough sense, just to sort of give you a hint that that would be a thing that you would have to deal with in the level. I can totally see the sense in that. But then, instead of devoting other chests to status effect curing items later on in the dungeon, you would just like you would make the enemies drop it, so you could put like healing items or like spell, like in this game specifically, spell use recovery items, you know, because of the limited spell casts that you get. What the heck is that? Agishki. Sure are a lot of weirdly named enemies in this game. I wonder if that's supposed to be like a pre-bomb. Pre-bomb bomb. Bomb, 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 bomb. So like, we would be picking up, you know, super cool weapons or, you know, spells or something instead of all this other stuff. I think they both have shell mail, right? Okay. So that's no longer useful to us. Salamander sword, which is undoubtedly a sword that does fire damage instead of the serpent sword. Which is almost better than the Viking axe, but not quite. Zeus's Wrath, which is an item that will, it's an attack item that does lightning damage, uses a spell cast of lightning damage. Oh, what? This looks... Oh yeah, this sure is a boss battle. Who's Zandy? Zandy! Zandy! Whoa! Hee 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 hee. Alright. Well, I'm glad that there's absolutely no purpose. Whoa! You, madam, you seem to have lost your body entirely. Might want to get that checked out. Okay. Oh, gosh. So the first imminent issue I'm seeing is that she's undoubtedly going to be casting spells that stone my party, and I don't have a good way of dealing with that. Well, I do have golden needles, for sure, but I'm worried that I will not have enough. I would hope that they would make that a rare cast, just because it's so powerful. I mean, it's an instant kill spell, and since enemies or characters have less resistance to that kind of thing than enemies do, it becomes a much bigger problem. Let's see. I can't tell if anything is particularly doing more damage. I didn't steal anything cool. Like if it has an elemental weakness or not. All of his spells seem to be doing pretty dang good damage, which is nice. And, oh, I do have attack items that I can use. Ah, fuck me. Ah! God, I really don't want to lose this and have to start all over. That would be really disappointing for me. Just used up all my level 3 casts. No big deal. Okay, in that case, if I remember correctly, Antarctic Wind is actually a stronger attack spell than... I don't have any other sort of healing. Cool. Okay. Well, so we're doing that again. I hope that Cura on everyone is actually a pretty effective spell. Oh yeah, it's Blizzara. Okay. And I think the bomb fragment is only fire. Which is, like I said, a weaker iteration of that spell. Well, there you go. That would be your stone spell. Oh, and her normal attacks cause silence. Cool. That certainly makes sense. Your main goal is to be keeping people on their toes. Go ahead and use another Antarctic Wind. Can I use... No. Spell items in battle. That's unfortunate, I think. I should have actually healed Ingus, probably. She's getting good hits out of that, though. I'm happy with that. That's doing some pretty reasonable damage. Good. Excellent. Perfect. Fine. Ah, ha, ha! Take that, Medusa. Didn't expect you to be here, but I killed you anyway. You didn't even have to die. Pretty sure that was the second official boss that I've fought so far. The Jin... Well, I guess the turtle thing that I fought with, what's his name in the beginning, was the first official one. And then the Jin being the second. So this is our third official boss that we've come across. Oh no! The fire's going to blow up? Oh. Okay. Okay. What are we even looking at? Is it like an engine or like a power core? Like, I seriously have no idea what I'm looking at. Well, thanks, Desh, even though our time together was short-lived. He's going in it? That seems to make it even less sense. I wonder, it would be interesting... Oh. It would be interesting to look at what the, like, original scene was, like, in the NES version. Because I seriously have no clue what we're looking at. What? I guess. Oh, cool. Deus Ex Machina for the win. Awesome. World map opening up. I don't know why the Maelstrom was stabilized or what that has to do with the Tower of Owen. Or Desh, for that matter, but... Okay. I'm pretty sure he's dead, but... Okay. Awesome. I want to make a quick pit stop at... let's see, where was it? The City of Ancients? So we can heal, because tents aren't a thing yet. Killer fish. Not so killer after all. Whoa. That's actually a really cool enemy design. I wish... Well, first of all, I wish they had like a model viewer or a bestiary like the other ones did. That was incredibly helpful and just kind of cool to look at. You could look at the sprites in a little bit more detail. Counter rate is out of control. I feel like they've introduced a lot of unresolved things at this point. Like, we know that there's a floating tree that used to belong to a fairy garden, you know, that's taken off and started flying around. There's a castle that seems to be completely empty. There are more crystals. I guess we're going to head towards more crystals. I assume that's what the power of fire means. Okay, so what we actually want to do is get 8 of these, because I do have 2 magical people in my party that I rely on pretty heavily. We'll get another golden needle. I don't want to spend a lot of money, because I have the feeling that once we get into the dwarf area, the Dwarven Village. There'll probably be better equipment available, so I don't want to blow all that cash. We are starting to get a little bit farther up on our spell casts now. 19 for level 1 spells, 5 for 2, 3 for 3, and then 2 for 4, which I don't think we have any 4th level spells yet. Which is exciting, but still, like, the disparity between the cast for level 1 spells and level 2 spells is pretty, like, major. And kind of weird when you think about, like, how important those spells are to us and, like, how little we get to cast them. I don't know, seems odd. Chocobos are pretty much the only land vehicle that exists in the older games. I must be taking the worst detour in the world. But basically, they allow you to traverse faster than you normally would, and then also you have 0 encounters, the only caveat being that they run away as soon as you exit them. In later series, you'll only be able to access them with a certain item, but in this one, I guess you can just walk up and talk to them. Alright, so let's go find us a Dwarven city, huh? And save our game first. And then I'll probably actually end the episode once we get to the Dwarven village, but let's try and get there first. Well, these are kind of cool looking guys. Or lady and horse, I suppose. Definitely seeing stronger monsters right outside the boundaries of where we could get before. That's for sure. What's interesting to me about this... Ooh. You look like you kind of might be a big deal, but it's also not playing different music, so makes me think that you aren't a big deal. So many punches. Okay, not that big of a deal then. Does get 2 attacks though. That's more than most. Cool. What's interesting to them, to me about them opening the Maelstrom quote-unquote area is like, oh, this must be it. As a person on a Chocobo, I have access to almost every piece of land outside of that area on the rim. So I'm really not actually getting that much from opening up this area. Oh, here we go. Dwarven Hollows. Lally-ho! Yeah. Oh, what's your trouble? Cool. What's up, guys? Oh. Let's see if we have any new... Oh, some letters from Sid. Okay, Sid. Thanks. Oh my gosh. Okay. Oh. Well, that seems to be a prudent idea. Gutsco. Gutsco. Needs a new name? Plundered and pilfered. Stolen by a scoundrel. Okay. Obviously, we're going to have to go find Gutsco. Ah! Some new headgear. Still armor for a monk if I had him. Problem is, if I had a monk, which I could consider, I would lose access to stealing, which, granted, I don't do much of anyway. I mean, I guess I could try making Refia a monk for a little bit. she certainly had a long tenure as a. She doesn't even look that cool. As a what you call it? She doesn't get as much defense, but she does comparable damage, kind of, to what's his name. What is their special? Let's see how I would see that. Oh gosh, look at all those things that are being affected. Oh, because of the job change. I forgot about that. Okay. Okay. So, ice armor for you, ice helm for you. You guys already have the mage robes, and I have an extra mage robe. She's got the Kempo gi, so I'm not stressing over that. Get rid of these long swords, because I don't need 50. These mithril knives. Since I have 2 serpent swords, I'll drop one of these. I don't need 2 of those. I don't need any of these. Let's see, bronze knuckles are kind of out of vogue now. Definitely don't need leather armor or the mithril helms. Bronze bracers are kind of passe. Keep that. Cool. So that clears out my inventory and gives me a little extra gil to work with too. I am excited to see what our next round of classes are, though. If you haven't caught on by now, in these later series where we're dealing with the Tierfing. Oh, Diamond Bell. We must get some sort of Geomancer or Tamer. Bell items are usually used by the Geomancer class, and sometimes there's a trainer or a monster tamer class that you'll see. So pretty much nothing, actually. I don't want to buy anything at all, except for maybe more arrows, which are ridiculously cheap. I wonder what Refia gets as the monk ability, though. Gasol. Far to the east is a peninsula with a village. Is that where Swipey Swipes the bandit is? Whatever his name is. Oh, okay. Deal more damage than normal, but they also get hit a lot harder. Okay. Retaliate allows them to counterattack while on the defensive. They're not physically strong, but they will. Okay. Yeah. Okay. That was interesting and useful. And you've got the same items as before. I wonder if there's a mage here, or a magic shop. No. That would be interesting. Dwarves are typically associated with non-magical things, and actually, in most media, anti-magical, even. There was a shiny tower in the north, but after the earthquake it was gone. There's a big hole where it was. Okay. Gutsco made his getaway through the underground lake. Dwarves can't swim? What do you mean? Are you actually going to stop me? It's got to be the best and silliest Deus Ex Machina I've ever read. Oh. Of course, the springs are still inactive. And apparently it doesn't even matter that I went down there because there's a big rock anyway. You know what I would love to see in this game? Save points. Can't wait for save points to be a thing. I will be so excited. And again, they're expecting me to turn myself into a frog. Huh. Curious. They're really trying to get the most out of that, I guess. And that makes sense. We did it twice in the last area for Minnie. I guess it would make sense that we would do it twice in this area too. Okay, well, we'll leave that for another time. And in the meantime, I kind of want to see how Refia does as a monk. I'll just put you guys on standby. Those are kind of goofy looking attacks. I don't quite understand that animation. But why are the weapons? Like, why is she there? They seem to be knuckles. I guess she doesn't really have definite fingers, so just kind of plopping them on the end of her hand makes enough sense. So not too bad, really. Cool. I want to do this one more time just so she will be past the debuffs when we go back in at full power. Right? Cool. Okay. So, I guess next time on Final Fantasy III, we will turn ourselves once again into frogs and go after Gutsco, the thief. Yeah. So we'll see you around on the channel next time. Thanks for joining me.